Tammy did to her boyfriend at the time, David, is just horrible. It's brutal. This is not, a normal person doing these. She did it to somebody she loved. Who knows what she's going to do in the future.
This is Love Hurts. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit the notification bell for future content. 39-year-old David Carter Sr. was loving, ambitious, hardworking, and family-oriented. He was described by many as one of the good guys. To know him was to love him. He worked at a top-tier auto supplier and had recently launched his own clothing line, Lavish Habits Clothing. And somehow, he still found time to volunteer as a coach with his local junior football league. David loved sports. He would often go live on Facebook to talk about different games that were going on.
Man, this game is over with, man. This shit is, man. Trying to tell y'all, man, the pause ain't shit. But I lost my bet. I'm going to honor my bet. And I'm wearing a hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing a hat because I lost my bet. The Lions ain't shit. Hey, Clarissa, how you doing? I know I make you sick, but I still love you. I still love you. I'm watching the game. I don't know what's wrong with them, man. I'm trying to root for the Lions. I'm trying to give them a reason. I don't know. Like, shit. Hey, Nico, you right. Hey, I'm honoring my bet. I lost a bet. This is how I pay up. I got to wear the hat. I got to wear the hat, right? So, I lost a bet. I'm wearing the hat. The bet was last week, but I got to wear it. I got to wear it for the rest of the year. And I said every time the Lions play a game, I would wear the hat. All right, Bradford, what up, Tito? I see you still look the same. Tito Jackson. You know what I'm saying? So, Tasia, you can have the hat after the Lions lose out. You can come get it because Green Bay going to kick their ass too. You know what I'm saying? But I guess the refs cheating them. You know what I'm saying? I guess the refs cheated them like the refs cheated Golden State too. Man. Why? Hey, you was right, man. You was right.
David was extremely close to his family, and weekly visits with his parents and siblings were normal. He would often stop by their homes to lend a hand or just catch up and talk. He was the proud father of a teenage son who he absolutely adored. His son was his entire world. Although he and the son's mother didn't work out, they were together for over 14 years before they finally called it quits in 2014. But David was very present as a father even after the breakup. He didn't miss a single beat. When it came to being a father, David passed with flying colors. After he and his child's mother broke up, David became a certified playboy. He had many different situationships and many different female acquaintances. He was just one of those guys that loved the ladies, and the ladies loved him. By March of 2018, he started dating 39-year-old Tammy Williams. And to many's surprise, the relationship seemed a little more serious than all of his others previously. His family was happy to see exactly where the relationship would lead. David had attended high school with Tammy, and they reconnected at a friend's birthday party. Sparks flew immediately. Tammy seemed stable. She was working as a phlebotomist and a travel agent. And she came off as family-oriented as well. She often accompanied David to his family events. Originally, everyone thought the two made a perfect couple, but as time went on, Tammy's true colors started to show. She was overly possessive and appeared to be almost obsessed with David. What originally appeared to be a family-oriented girlfriend soon revealed itself to be an extremely watchful, jealous girlfriend. She would do things like secretly follow him around to make sure he wasn't with other women. She even went so far as to slash David's tires in a jealous fit of rage after he took one of his nieces to the movies. All could see that there was a storm brewing, and it was about to reach its peak. On the evening of September 28th of 2018, David attended his son's football game. All of his family was present, including his son's mother. Sources say Tammy was also present. However, she and David did not sit together or speak to each other during the game. and it appeared as if they may have been in some type of argument before arriving. David's son's mother recalls Tammy literally staring at her the entire game, and if looks could kill, she would have dropped dead. Clearly, there was a lot of tension between David and Tammy, and his family was under the impression that he and Tammy were in the midst of a breakup. 2 days passed, and it's now September 30th, David's next scheduled day at work, and he didn't show up, which was extremely odd because the shift would have paid triple time, and everyone knew that David would not have passed up the opportunity to make extra money. He was all about his coin. What was more puzzling is that on that very same day, David's son received a text message from his father stating that he had to cancel their visit because he wasn't feeling well. This was absolutely out of character for David, because even if he weren't feeling well, he would have never canceled a visit with his son. His son was his entire world. By October 2nd, David's co-workers had contacted his family and requested that they conduct a welfare check on him because he still hadn't returned to work, and they were all concerned. When his sister arrived at his home, she reportedly found his front door unlocked, and his bed was unmade, which was completely out of character for David. He was a neat freak. After investigating further, David's sister located a large blood stain underneath as well as on top of his mattress, which also had a gunshot hole in it. Blood was found on the carpet beneath the bed, and David was nowhere to be found. When his sister called Tammy to ask where David was and if she had seen him, Tammy claimed she didn't have a clue. His family immediately reported him missing to local police. At this point, everyone's antennas were up because everybody knew that something absolutely horrible had happened to David. People started recounting the last time that they saw or heard from him. His son recalled visiting his home on the day that he received the text message from his father stating that he was sick. Although his father canceled their plans, he decided to swing by his home anyway and pick up some things that he had left behind. And he said when he arrived, Tammy was outside of the home taking out the trash. When she saw him pull up, she literally ran back inside of the apartment and locked the door behind her. Luckily, David's son had a key, and when he opened the door, he reported that Tammy walked out of the bathroom and closed the door behind her. When he asked where his father was because he just wanted to say hi and check on him and make sure he was okay, she told him that his father had gone out for a walk. Definitely strange. Why would David go out for a walk when he was supposedly sick? David's family decided to confront Tammy about David's whereabouts once again, and this time she said she hadn't heard from him in a few days. What stood out most to his family, though, was her lack of concern for his whereabouts. From the moment her and David had become an item, she was with him every single day. So the fact that she hadn't talked to him in a few days was weird, but the fact that she was completely unfazed by his disappearance and unwilling to help locate him was serious red flags. Unbeknownst to David's family, Ohio police had located a gruesome discovery on October 1st of 2018. A transportation worker had discovered a weird-looking sleeping bag in the weeds along Interstate 75. The sleeping bag contained the lower torso and legs of a human being. Authorities were able to positively identify the remains as those of 39-year-old David Carter via his tattoos. 9 days later, David's head was found in a black duffel bag with a gunshot wound under his ear. And on October 16th, his upper torso and hands were found in a suitcase. The authorities did bring Tammy in for questioning. They even went so far as to name her a suspect. But it was largely based on her lack of concern over David's disappearance and her odd behavior as witnessed by his family. They really didn't have anything on her to hold her, so they were forced to let her go. Shortly after being released, Tammy disappeared. On October 18th of 2018, a warrant was issued for her arrest, and she was charged with first-degree homicide. But by the time the warrant was issued, Tammy was long gone. Police say she made several large withdrawals of money, and then she left Michigan, headed to Chicago. From Chicago, she headed to New York, where she was last spotted in Brooklyn, and she hasn't been seen since.
The family of David Carter has been tormented by his brutal murder for nearly 4 months, but now finally a break in the case. Police say they know who killed the 39-year-old father, and now a hunt is on so intense they've brought on the U.S. Marshals, and they're trusting only us with the shocking murder charges against David's own girlfriend. For the first time since the murder of 39-year-old David Carter, police are revealing that this is the woman they're confident is responsible. 39-year-old Tamara Williams.
She was very obsessive over my brother.
Tammy was David's girlfriend of 6 months with no criminal history. David's family says Tammy was always by David's side. That is, until he disappeared at the beginning of October.
When I said, Tammy, where's my brother? And she was like, I don't know. You know, Tasia, I told you I don't know where he is. I know that she did something to my brother.
And police say as soon as she got wind police were onto her, Tammy took off.
He had just told us, they found him on the side of on the freeway or whatever in another state.
The Carter family's worst fears were realized shortly after he went missing. When they got the call, David had been found dead along I-75 in Ohio.
It was him.
Now the hunt is on as the U.S. Marshals put all hands on deck in this worldwide fugitive hunt.
She has a lot of friends, a huge network with the Eastern Stars, which are connected to the Masons. Tammy has a history of working as a travel agent. She's known to frequent other countries.
The Marshals say she was working as a phlebotomist at the time of the murder, and they last tracked her to Brooklyn, New York. It's been 4 months now since this family lost a part of their hearts, and this 16-year-old boy lost his dad.
He was somebody you can actually look up to. Like, whatever he taught me from right to wrong.
You never know, like, how much life somebody brought into a room or the house until they're not there.
Tamara Williams is 5'5", 190 pounds, with several notable tattoos. Police believe she may have changed her hair in order to disguise her appearance while on the...
Despite authorities' best efforts, Tammy still remains on the run. David's family spoke with reporters again on the 5th anniversary of his death, when the U.S. Marshals put Tammy on their top 15 most wanted list.
Well, tomorrow will mark the 5-year anniversary of the gruesome murder of a Melvindale man. The woman accused of killing him is now one of the most wanted fugitives in the country.
David Carter was last seen alive here at Harper Woods High School. He was attending a football game with his family. It's been 5 years since he was murdered. The woman suspected of killing him is his girlfriend, Tammy Williams. Police haven't been able to find her.
I just pray that, whoever is helping her, turn her in.
David Carter's father, Elton Carter, says details of his son's murder came flooding back this week after he saw Tammy Williams' name in the news again. Williams recently made the U.S. Marshals' top 15 most wanted list.
I'm glad to see that they haven't given up, because it's been a long time since anybody has said anything about, her whereabouts or anything.
Police believe that Williams shot Carter at his apartment, then scattered his body parts along I-75 highway near Findlay, Ohio. Williams disappeared shortly after Carter's body was found. Police last tracked Williams to Brooklyn, New York, after they say she took a train from Ann Arbor. That was in 2019. Williams still hasn't been found or heard from since. The U.S. Marshals are now offering up to $25,000 for information leading up to her arrest. The Carter family hopes someone will come forward soon.
To me, there's no such thing as closure, but right now I just want justice for him.
My heart goes out to David's family, friends, and loved ones, especially his son. I hope Tammy is located soon so his family can at least get some sense of justice. The U.S. Marshals say they are offering a $25,000 reward for information leading to the capture and arrest of Tammy. Please, if you see anything, contact the U.S. Marshals and help this family find what little sense of comfort they can. If you are in a domestic abuse relationship, create an out plan and get out now. Once you are out, do not turn back. Turning back can cost you your life. As always, loves, stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell for future content.